Finally, we're getting the Spurs and Warriors in a playoff series. And this first game was very interesting to start the game. It was all Spurs. Kawhi throws it down. They were attacking the paint, and there was nothing that the Warriors could do. Now, that's their weakness, the Warriors. But most teams in the league, they don't have the talent and the discipline to be able to play like this for the entire game. There goes LaMarcus Aldridge in transition, throwing down a big slam over Green and McGee. And we've got to be honest, so far the Warriors haven't been tested in the playoffs. They've had some easy matchups. They swept their way to this point, so they came out and they were very sluggish in this first half. That's what happens when you're not playing top competition and the other team was in a battle. They were going into overtime. So the Spurs came out and they knocked out the Warriors in the first half. Steve Kerr, he's still not coaching on the sidelines. He's not healthy enough yet, but he was in the locker room giving a little pep talk, letting them know we got to get back in this game. We can do this. But then this is where everything changed. Kawhi Leonard tweaks his ankle. And it was his own bench. He stepped on the foot of somebody on his own team. And there goes the ankle, the same ankle he's been dealing with in the last few games. And then he tweaks it again on this step back jumper. Now, a lot of people are saying that this is a dirty play from Zaza. I don't think it's dirty. Let me know what you think about it in the comments section. He does prevent him from landing, but I don't think he did that intentionally. I think he was just trying to contest the shot. But let's have a discussion. But as soon as Kawhi went out of the game, all of a sudden that 25-point lead, it disappeared. They had no rhythm. They lost all the momentum. Remember, they are on the road, and they are without Tony Parker. So they're without two starters. They're going up against the most talented team in the league. Yeah, they blew the lead. They blew a 25-point lead. This is the first time in the history of Greg Popovich coaching that he's blown a 25-point lead in the playoffs and lost the game. But this loss isn't really their fault, because now all of a sudden, with Tony Parker already being gone and then Kawhi Leonard, they've got to play a style. They've got to rely on players to do more than what they're used to doing. LaMarcus Aldridge, he had a tough game. He could not score on Draymond Green. He can score in the post on Kevin Durant, but he cannot on Green. He's too weak. And then Kevin Durant starts taking over the game with no Kawhi on the floor to kind of neutralize that effect. No Kawhi offensively to slash to get into the paint like they were doing in the first half. It just all fell apart. But here's the funny thing is, look at this. At the end of the game, the Spurs were still in the game. So even though all these bad things happened, they still had a chance to win. That's how good they still are. If you're a Warriors fan, you're happy that you're getting the win, but you're a little bit worried. You're a little concerned that, hey, it was a tough battle here at the end of the game. No Kawhi Leonard, no Tony Parker. And you're fighting until the end. They finally retake the lead here. And I think for game two, Greg Popovich, he's probably going to rest Kawhi Leonard because they need games 3 and 4. Obviously, they wanted to get one game here, and they would have won this game. If Kawhi did not get injured, they would have won this game. 100%. I know for sure this would have been their game. They would have taken it, stolen game 1. So I think Greg Popovich is going to forfeit game 2 with Kawhi at least. They're still going to come out and compete and try to win that game, but he's going to make sure that when they go home for games 3 and 4, they have a healthy Kawhi Leonard, because you don't want him coming out here getting injured again. Let me know what you think in the comment section. The Boston Celtics showed up for game 6 in all black. And if you remember in the regular season, the Wizards did that. They called it the funeral game. Now, after the game, the Celtics, they said it was just a coincidence that they all showed up in black. That's a lie. You're either a savage or you're not.